I kind of wanted to comment on like a trend that I've kind of seen for myself, and this trend is that like I tended to like fields that I ended up doing good in, hobbies that I ended up doing good in. I started making progress in them when I sort of kind of stopped studying them like on YouTube or on other things. I stopped reading about them and stuff, and I just started working on them because I'm not positive about this, but I feel like what it was is that a big part like of our like generation today, like a big problem of it is kind of over information and studying too much, learning too much, reading too much, and not acting. And this wasn't always the case in society. Like abundant information at this scale and capacity, I mean, it wasn't like that always in history. And that's something that I kind of saw is that I tended to make progress when like I stopped reading about it, because the thing is when you're reading about it and you're studying it and you like read books about it a lot, it becomes something that like, oh, like seems like a big thing that you have to study to do, and like study to learn and study to get good at, and also it seems like something that's very difficult to do, you know. But then if you're just doing it and you're not really studying it that much for the most part, but more your focus and time is and energy is just on doing it, then you won't really care to, I mean, you won't be learning too much about it, like, but you'll be learning through the work that you're doing. You'll be learning through action and actual experience, and you'll be actually doing it while everyone else is kind of just reading about it and stuff. And that was an observation I kind of saw of myself, and I think it's sort of true of just people who've like progressed and stuff. You know who's read the most books about exercise and getting in shape and like how to get into the best shape, and like people are having debates and arguments over it. Like these are all people that aren't like going to the gym and working out. But, like you have those people who are arguing about it, but then you also have people that are just working out and they like don't. I mean, they don't really read about it or like think about it too much. And like if you ask them their opinion, they'll be like, oh, like maybe it works for some people, maybe it doesn't for others. This is what I'm doing right now, this is what I've been doing, or this is the new thing I'm trying. But the people that are doing it, that are practitioners, aren't too interested in like reading endlessly about it. They're not interested in theory or anything abstract. And that sort of stuff you learn in universities and stuff, and it's complete bullshit, you know. Like what you learn from professors is very theoretical and doesn't have much real world application, but what's practical you learn from experience. So that's kind of what I saw. What I progressed the most and the best at was when I was just intent on doing it and I wasn't learning too much. And it does pay when you've been doing it for a while to go and like learn things and like learn a few things and then be trying it. But at the end of the day, you still want to be consistent. That's the number one thing, consistent. And like a practitioner, you want to be practicing in whichever ways possible, you know. And that's maybe the most important thing. So that's just something I observed, and I just kind of wanted to take note on and like mention. The most I've progressed at stuff has been when I kind of stopped reading about it and it just became a thing that I was doing regularly, and it wasn't something that I was really reading or studying anymore at that point.